Alexander Isak is in control. That is what Eddie Howe has told us today. 0-0 Newcastle drew in their first game, and it was quite clear, it was quite evident that the team's attack really lost some of its galvanization, really had a lot of disjointed moments in it with players being out of position and the real need for a number 9, whether that is Isak or whether that is a replacement. You can decide in the comment section below. But a big update on Isak coming up. Plus, Eze chooses Tottenham. Are Arsenal really going to let this happen? We're going to get your thoughts, going to get your opinions in the comment section below. But please hit the like button. Please make sure you are subscribing to the not the Football Terrace. That's my other channel. You're subscribing right here to this channel. Turn the bell notification button on. Plus, get that like button hit. But it's a really interesting comment today. Very, very interesting comments indeed from Eddie Howe when he spoke about the situation, who is in control. And that was the bit that really stood out to me, was when he spoke on who is in control of the situation. So I'm going to get you the quote, because I really want to ascertain your opinions on this, because it's a little bit of a difficult one to decipher in many ways. So Eddie Howe on it says here, Eddie Howe on wanting clarity on the Isak's future. He says, I hope it's resolved quickly because the news around us is around us all the time. And I think one thing that's interesting is I spoke to quite a few Newcastle fans this summer that felt that having no director of football and Eddie Howe having maybe too much power, being too in control of transfers was a problem. This kind of proves that that isn't the case. He says that we would like a resolution, or when I say we, I'm talking about myself, the ownership, the players, everyone really, because I think we need that clarity this season. And I think there lies an issue. Every single person at the football club wants clarity. And I know he says the ownership. But the ownership are not involved day to day with the running of the club. They're not. They've delegated it out to particular people. The players are not in control. And the manager, and we've said this for years, managers for donkey's years now, right across the continent, have not run the football clubs. Fergie and Wenger were the last two, really, if truth be told, at the highest level. I'm sure at some facets of the game that still exists, but at the highest level, they were the last two. And it's interesting listening to Eddie Howe say that. Some will say it's excuses, he should take more accountability for his team and his preparation. But I think everybody's a little bit of a loss. And before the team can galvanise, before the team can come together, before the team can say, listen, everyone's writing us off because there's no Alexander Isak. Well, you've got to get rid of Alexander Isak for that to become the thought process. At the moment, you can't galvanise and say, we'll be better off without him, and then he returns. Because that's not a nice feeling for the players or him. And this is where I felt all summer that it's been an amateurish approach by the board of directors, by the football decision makers at Newcastle. I get they want to keep him. I'm not arguing with that. But this situation has got into a point now where the Premier League has begun. It feels like no closer to a resolution. The player is on strike. Liverpool want clarity. Newcastle's own players and manager want clarity because it's clearly affecting them. And how's it going to end? It says here that nothing has changed. The door is well and truly open. But Alex has decided that he wants what he wants to do. He says, Alex is in control of what he does. I'm not in control of him. Which, again, is such an interesting choice of words because what we've been told for weeks by the media that attack Liverpool is the player should do as he's told. The player has no control. The player has no power. Well, whether we think he has no power or not is irrelevant. Eddie Howe saying here that he will do what he wants and I can't control him. So it's a very interesting choice of words there from Eddie Howe. And I get all the arguments as to why Isak's misbehaved and why Liverpool are a horrible club, blah, 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 blah. I don't buy any of it because Newcastle will celebrate if their club convinces a player to do this, to join them and makes them better. And every single one of us would because we are fickle. We all pretend. We all have these kind of pseudo-moralistic stances where we go, no, I wouldn't be like that. We are. We're all the same. Let's not beat around the bush. The only reason that anybody's angry about this is because Liverpool are the ones benefiting. And that's what... And Liverpool have got many, many, many a rival, so they're siding with Newcastle. But in the cold, hard light of day, the Man United fans I see back in Newcastle on this, if we were getting Isak this way, you wouldn't have this energy. It's as simple and it is as straightforward as that. But I think it's a big update. Shows the direction this is moving in. Newcastle just got to hurry up and sanction this and then go and get their strikers because their team needs it. But give me your views, give me your opinions below. Now, the other big news today is all surrounding Eze. And the news is thus. He's agreed the personal terms with Tottenham. Reportedly, a fee is close to an agreement of 55 million plus add-ons, which is somewhat below the 60 million asking price plus add-ons that was discussed all summer. Fabrizio here says an agreement between Eze and Spurs on personal terms has been done since the beginning of the week. He wants to move. He wants the move as Tottenham and Crystal Palace are in direct talks over the fee. Spurs are confident they can make this happen, but still work needed. And it's the still work needed. Because listen, I don't want any of the top six to get better. I'm a Man United fan. But let me take my Man United hat off, put it down, and speak about this organically. Neutrally, unbiasedly. What are Arsenal doing? Genuinely, what a bit of business for Tottenham. Eze is as good and or in the conversation with every other attacking midfield player in the Premier League. There'll be some that he's not as good as. There'll be some that he's better than. But he's in the conversation. There are very few 10s or attacking midfielders in the Premier League that are clear of Eze. That is how good this man is, and he will prove it. He will prove it when he moves to a bigger and better club. And I'm sorry, Crystal Palace, I don't mean this disrespectfully. I'm not saying this in any way, shape or form to diminish your club. What you've achieved in this last year with 2 trophies being won for the first time in your history is groundbreaking. But you know as well as I do, there are bigger clubs than you that have better players by and large. And I think if he goes to Tottenham, you will see an even better player. An even better player. So well done to Tottenham for getting this far. And if you get him over the line, you'll see nothing but praise about it from me. But what are Arsenal doing? Arsenal need more creativity. They need more firepower. They need more match winners. 55 million. That means the base fee for this player is only £7 million more expensive than Madueke, who I don't think is an awful player, but I think for what Arsenal paid, they should have better. He'll do a decent job for Arsenal, there's no doubt. I'm saying this now. He's probably going to end up scoring against my club, Manchester United, tomorrow. Obviously, recording this on Saturday, the 16th of August. Now that I've said that, I've probably done the old kiss of death. The old football gods will be after me. But let's be real about this for a moment. Arsenal still need more. Put all that aside. They need more. They either have to have something massive up their sleeve or they're dropping the ball. And I've got to call that. I can't sit here in good conscience, watch this happen, be asked by many of you, Terry, you're going to give an opinion on this, you're going to do a video on it. Yes. And I really hope Spurs fans don't think I'm doing some weird thing. I want to take it away from Spurs. I don't. But it doesn't make any sense to me. It's either Arsenal are either making a massive, a gargantuan, a gigantic mistake, or they have a massive ace up their sleeves that none of us have seen, that none of us are expecting, that potentially could blow our socks off. The question is to you. I'm not answering this question. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Which of those two do you think is more likely? Now, do me a favor and hit that like button. Please make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Turn the bell notifications on as well. Very important to us. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace.